Hey there, my name's Chrissy. Welcome to another episode of Galaxy Gardens. Today we have a little bit of planting to do on probably the second nice day we've had in about as many weeks. So we're gonna get these greens in. I got a couple things to tell you about, so let's go check it out. Let's get these greens where they need to go. We have some beds made. We transplanted our oca the other day. This is what it does when the sun starts to go down. It folds up its little clover leaves. Now we just pop these out of the trays and set them in the soil, barely a couple inches deep. So there really wasn't anything to see there. But we'll see how they do over the next few months. And then I'm gonna jump over to Greg, who put in potatoes.
All right, everybody. Well, Chrissy's busy today, and she's better at remembering to film things than I am. So, unfortunately, the process of planting these potatoes is already done. But here we can see we've got 4 beds of potatoes. So, got this one right here, planted 15 in there. So, there's basically 3 in each row of 5. And yeah, basically we've got Adirondack Blues right here, Adirondack Reds right here, and the rest are in these 2 beds. We got one of the fancy new beds filled up, and also did get some oca planted yesterday and topped that off with a little bit of straw as well. So we're making good headway over here. We finally have a weekend where it's not raining the whole time. So taking advantage of that, and it's still pretty windy and cloudy, but I'll take it. And there you have it.
I'm back. So, we got some stuff to do. Obviously we need to get a little bit more soil, but we've had some success with using these beds as nursery beds before we move things around. So there's just some herbs that need to get going. So for now, I'm gonna see how fast I can plant all these cells. We've been doing a lot of traveling lately, so the initial plan with these was about 3 weeks ago to transplant them into a larger tray, and then by this point plant them. So our traveling kind of got in the way of that. You can see they're a little bit yellow, but they are fully hardened off. So I have 72 cells. I have roughly 2 plants in each cell, and I am just going to plant them together. I'm not going to separate all of them. I'm just going to put all the little cells in there. And my goal for this bed is for it to be a giant carpet of green. That is the goal. We're spending some extra money this year on soil amendments, and we love high intensity spacing because honestly it increases your chance of things growing, and we're not a market garden and we're not a commercial farm, so we don't need things perfectly spaced out. We just need food for us and the chickens and the dog. Okay, we just need food here. So I'm gonna get everything in here real fast, and then I'm going to show you how everything else is doing. As a quick count with these, there's 12 rows of 6 here. So we are going to do 12 rows of 6 in here. So let's mark it out. It's a bit hard to see here, but I marked out 12 rows of 6. Let's give it a go. These trays from Epic Gardening have been amazing. There's so much good root growth on these, and we definitely have more kale than Swiss chard, so I'm gonna just try to do my best to divvy it up so everybody has room. We'll thin these out in the future. We're just gonna see what survives first. I also wanted to show you really quick. Do you see those holes at the bottom? You see that? Watch this. So easy to take it out here. Oh, there you go. So I'm gonna roughly just do one tray at a time. I had one done in there, so it's gonna look nice. Got my first row in. Took like all of 30 seconds. Wanted to show you our Swiss chard, so we're gonna divvy them up. But I'll give you a close-up on this. I love Swiss chard because the color of the veins is what the color of the roots look like. And it's one of the only plants that does that. And it's super freaking cool. If you want to get these trays for yourself, by the way, use our discount code. I'll put it at the bottom of this screen, but you can also get it in the description at the bottom of this video. These are awesome. And I say that as somebody who's used solo cups for like ever. So check it out. But let's look at this close-up really quick. Isn't that gorgeous? So there's some, white roots in there. I think some of the other trays kind of move through, but those pink roots are because these are pink. And this, I believe, is ruby, not ruby red Swiss chard. I think it's just pink Swiss chard. It's gonna be hot pink. We're on the last row. So as these grow, we'll thin them out, but this is what we're gonna start with. In here, like I showed you before, it's so easy. Nestle it right in, cover it up, give it some structural support, call it a day. One tip with these cells, if you're doing it at home, let them dry out a little bit. It'll make popping them out that much easier. So all that's really left to do is just finish up this row and water these in. I almost don't want to because they're pretty damp and tomorrow's gonna be nice, but then the whole rest of the week is raining. That's why I'm doing this, because this is a favorable spring for greens. We haven't had a late freeze. Just hope nothing eats them. That's it. Oh, there she is. All right, let me go water these. And as always, when you do stuff like this or you see it on YouTube, watch the end of the season video, see how these things turn out. We've done this in the past and it's worked for us. But we also move where we plant every single year. For the first time in about 4 years, we're finally back to this bed. And this bed was where we had the best greens year ever. So we're back here. She's got an upgrade. We have a birdie's raised bed. So I predict this is gonna do much better than when we tried to plant them out front and it was too hot or the soil wasn't as good. I think this is the one. Not today, but we're gonna put our cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, kohlrabi in there. We have to get some more soil, but we're gonna divvy it up. I only allocated one bed, but we're gonna have to do more. See, our blackberries are doing nice. I'm not gonna do a full tour right now. I just wanna show you something really quick. In our next video, we'll actually do a garden tour. So come with me. We have our, what I believe to be Russian tarragon coming back, because this is where I planted it. So planted some marigolds, that's coming up. My grape coming back. Down here, put a whole bunch of salad burnet, not that, right here. Hoping this is a good spot where it can try to perennialize. So there's more rows there. Down here, get this. Look at these guys, a little dirty. All mustards, just a carpet of mustards. I just wanted to see what would happen. I put all my mustard seeds here and they're all coming up and they're getting left alone. And then over here, ta-da! You can see what seeds were not good and which ones were. So you have radishes, You can't see it very well, but there's a ton of carrots coming up. Some of our lettuce seeds were no good. Planted them all the same. This one I think is a red sales. Yeah, that one did pretty good. Also have a ton of cilantro because you can never have too much cilantro. And there's some beets. Can't really see those too well. But yeah, little carrot guys and little radish guys. All right, this really is the last thing though. I'm personally so proud about this. Now we've been doing this almost 4 years now. You know I always post to Instagram before anywhere else. So I have some photos on there, but this is our crooked mulberry and it is just full of these. We only had about 2 of these blossoms last year. Then they all fell off because we had a late freeze. So fingers crossed these get pollinated. They don't fall off like that one. And we get some mulberries this year. Check that baby out. She is just covered. And our rhubarb, it's also doing really good. And last one, our apricot. Let's see if we can get that. We have some apricots coming in. As always, thank you so much for joining us for another episode. Short one today for you because it's Mother's Day. I want to wish all our mothers a happy Mother's Day. You guys rock. And I hope you have a wonderful time with your family. I have dinner waiting for me inside, so I actually got to get going. But I'll see you in the next video. See ya.